Let's look into the formulas that are related to cubes. So first thing is, what is a cube? Cube is nothing but this three-dimensional structure which has all the 6 faces to be equal. So we have 6 faces and all of these are equal. So we have front, back, top, right, left and bottom. So these are your 6 faces. If you count them, there will be 6 faces. So this is a cube. All the length and the breadth and the height, all the dimensions are one and the same. To represent it as a diagram, we would draw something like this in a freehand. Of course, if you use scale and pencil, you'll get a better diagram, but I'm trying to show you guys how to draw in your surface area volume chapter, because you won't get time to draw it with a pen, pencil and scale and all of that. Okay, so learn to draw a rough diagram which looks like whatever structure it has to be. So this looks like a decent cube. So I can draw a bit better actually. Let me do that. Right, so this is a cube. So all of this height, length and the breadth, all are of same dimensions. Okay, so this is your cube. Now we'll talk about the total surface area of a cube. To help us with that, we'll be looking at a cube made up of a paper, and we'll open it up to look at the areas relating to a cube. So please have a look at this video. So that is a cube which I made up of a paper. So as you can see, all of the sides are almost equal. So now I'm trying to show you guys the dimensions that we need to be considering. One is the length. So that is your length. And that is your breadth. And that would be your height. Again, anything can be anything over here because all the sides are equal. So all of this lengths are equal. So if one is A, the other two will be A again. Now, to find the area, all we have to do is cut the surfaces around. Instead of cutting, well, I've made it in such a way that I can open it up and show you guys the areas involved to make up a cube. So that would be your cube. So this is something which you guys can do it at home, and especially when you're learning, if it's very new to you guys and if you're struggling, this is the best way to learn something. So this part is extra, so we will have to not consider this. This is only for sticking. Well, this is the extra part. Rest of it is what we looked at. So if I consider this as top, this would be bottom, this would be left, right, so on and so forth. These are your lateral surface area. So side 1, side 2, side 3 and side 4 are your lateral surface areas. I'll show it over here. That's your top, that's your bottom, side 1, side 2, side 3 and side 4. These are your 4 sides. Okay, now how do you find the total surface area of this? It's quite simple. Each of this, like say top, this top is of dimension A into A. So the area will be, for the top, the area of the top is, top surface is A into A, that is A square, right? And the rest of it would be the same. So if this is A square, this 2 would be A square, this 2 would be A square, A square, A square and A square. So how many A squares are there? There are 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the area of all of the faces, right? So total surface area, let me write it that way. TSA would be equal to 6 times of A square, because there are 6 of them. That's it, as simple as that. Next thing is lateral surface area. So lateral has to do with, I'll repeat this again, removing the top and the bottom. The rest of it is your lateral surface area. Okay. So basically the front, the right, the back and the left. This makes up your lateral surface area. Basically if I remove this and remove this. Okay, it's removed actually. Can you see this? Right. So this is your lateral surface area. So how many are there? Clearly there are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically lateral surface area is nothing but 4 times of a square. So basically we need not consider the top and the bottom. These are not to be considered. Side 1, side 2, side 3 and side 4 have to be considered. Next is your volume. So I'll approach volume in this way. See, I showed you in the last video that volume is area into the third length. Length 3. Actually it is constant into area into third length. So volume is equal to a constant into area into the third length. Okay. So using this idea, we'll learn something different. Just a second. I have a plane whose length and breadth are equal. Let me show this. The length and the breadth are equal. So if this is A, this will be A. So the area of this is A square. What if I copy this single thing and keep on pasting it like this? If I keep doing this, how does it look like? What is the structure which we are looking at? If you think about it, it's quite simple. It looks like, yes, it looks like a cube. If I keep doing that, I'll get a cube. Can you see that? If I keep stacking them up, is it not? If I keep stacking them up, you end up with a cube. Right? So all of them are of same dimensions. So now we are looking at a cube. So what did I do? I took a single area, volume of the area of the square. So area of a square, and I kept adding them. Adding is what? Repeated addition is nothing but multiplication. To what extent? To a height of a, to some height h, or height itself. So area of a square is a square and the height is a. So what will you get? A cube. Is it not? See, area into the third length will give you the volume. Got it? While length into length will give you area. Is it not? So I hope you guys understood, because with the same logic, when you learn other formulas, it will make sense. Okay. So this is a cube and this is the volume of a cube, because volume is what? It has to be everywhere. It has to be inside. Inside it should not be empty. Right? If I just take other things, like if I close all of this and if I happen to remove all of that, and if I just look at the cube will be empty inside, is it not? Like over here. In this case, this was empty. So there was no volume per se in it. There was no filling in it. But in over here, we had some kind of filling. And all of that will make up a volume. Got it? So this is volume of a cube. Right? Now, I told you we'll analyze this dimensionally. What does that mean? Look at this formula. We're talking about area. Area is of 2 dimension. The dimension in area is 2. And the formula here happens to be a constant into a variable into an variable, is it not? 6a square can be written as 6 into a into a. So basically this is 6a square. Here you have 2 square, right? If you add up the power of the variable, I'm getting 2. So let me show you that way. That will be better. If I add up the power of the variables, I'm getting 2. Does that make sense? So in any kind of area formula, the variables that are involved, their power will add up to 2. Got it? The powers of variable. I should make another table actually. Let me just do that. So I made a separate small table over here. So we're looking at the quantity, say area of the cube. The formula is 6a square, right? A constant into variable. So this I'll write this as a into a. Now the dimensional aspect is that is we are going to add the powers of the variable. So we are going to add powers of variables. So what are the variables over here? We have a and a into a. Those are your variables, and the powers are 1 and 1. When you add them, what will you get? 2. So we can see that area, which is 2 dimension, has the formula to be 6 into a to the power of 1 into a to the power of 1. That is nothing but 6a square. So in this way, everything matches. While your volume of the cube, which is equal to a cube, is nothing but a into a into a. So here the power add up to what? 1, 2, 3. Is it not? Cube, basically. So you can see that dimensionally also it will make sense. The formula will make sense. The variables, the power will add up to the dimensional aspect of the given quantity. So if you analyze a formula in this manner, you learn it better. Yes, cube is a very easy thing to deal with, and we need not do so much, but I'm doing this because in the future, when we deal with other problems, other formulas, this will help us. Okay. So what is that we learned? A cube has 6 faces, and so we have the total surface area to be 6a square, and the lateral surface area turns out to be 4a square because the top and the bottom are not involved. While the volume will be nothing but area of the square into the height. If I put so many layers of square to a height of h, what do we see? We see a cube. Is it not? Can you see that? It makes up a cube. Make sense? And then we looked into dimensional aspect. This is a start. This analyzing method will help us learn other formulas, and things will be much easier to handle different variables. Okay. So now pause and try to write as much as possible. Okay. So please pause. Have a look. Please enroll to our program at chalkpieceacademy.com, wherein we'll be teaching you a lot more tricks for faster simplification calculation, DIY projects. We'll code with Python. We'll work with Arduino Uno. There are a lot more magic tricks and the physics behind it. They are printable materials which will help you recap and understand things better. We'll have live revision and doubt session 2 months before your term exams. It's very cost effective. There would be no ads or any kind of distractions, and we have a dedicated app to help you guys with this.